Ah, us, fellow martial artists. We're back in the dojo, and this is Wednesday. Usually, we're here with the moment with the master. Sensei Kwabene will bring you the inspiration that is drawn up inside, and I share it, I pour it out. Today, I'm going to take a moment to reflect on the experience, the activity, the energy, the fun, the excitement, the competition at the UMAN Fountain of Youth National Championship Tournament that happened on Saturday. Salute to Grandmaster Jerry Fontanez. Magnificent tournament. Magnificent endeavor. Magnificent organizing effort. Magnificent promoting effort. Magnificent execution effort. And to all the students, the dojos, the masters, the OGs, and the OGs, and the OGs, magnificent participation effort. Fighting, weapons, kata, us, creative form, traditional form, underbelts, older belts, all with our esteemed martial arts community. So this to me was an exercise in community building. How my hachimaki look? This to me was an exercise in community building. I watched Master Jerry Fontanez, phenomenal. First, I want to say thank you for your extension of fellowship and grace that you extended to this sensei. Senseis all the world over who have interacted with you probably can say the same thing. I'm taking my personal moment to say thank you for the extension of grace and camaraderie and inspiration that you have extended from this effort with this UMAN tournament. Had a phenomenal time coming through the door with the Dominyin Dojo students. And by the way, this was our very first tournament ever. So we christened the tournament experience for Dominyin Dojo at Jerry Fontanez UMAN Fountain of Youth National Championship Tournament. We did. And so therefore, I think we have to continue. We have to move forward. We have to press on when Master Jerry Fontanez has these tournaments. Now, we'll attend other tournaments as well for sure. But here, we will need to make our presence known. The experience that we had was great and phenomenal. As I said, walking through the door, had the Grand Master with me. And immediately, Sensei Fontanez being there at the front desk, extended the VIP treatment to the Grand Master. And for that, I'm humbled. We are humbled as an association, as the Harlem Goju Association. All of those who teach, all of those who carry the torch of the Harlem Goju Association say thank you for that extension of grace. And we felt good to be in the mix of others in the community. We felt good to be in the mix of those who traveled near and far. We felt good to be in the mix of those who have themselves been heralded as the icons of the martial arts community, fighters and forms experts. We felt like in real good company, and to see some old faces and to see again some new faces. So we had an excellent time. We really did, observing people enjoying themselves as the flow of the crowd came through the doors, and we started to pick up in terms of volume and energy and activity. And at a certain point, you could feel the energy in the gymnasium. You could feel what was happening. And this being Dominyin Dojo students' first competitive tournament. Now I've taken them to other tournaments where I competed, but this was the first one where they competed. And the energy, I could feel the energy building up, the good tournament energy starting to bubble up inside of them. And it was exciting to watch and exciting to see. For us, we had a double mission this day. We wanted to make sure that we were surrounding Grandmaster Sam McGee as he continues to push out in the martial arts community to make his presence felt and known, and also to do what he loves to do, which is fellowship with other martial artists and spread the gospel of martial arts as he know it, to spread the goodness of martial arts as he knows it. As many know, he's at a stage and a point in life where his focus is shifting and his attention span is vibrating a little bit differently, right? I'm putting this respectfully for my sensei. And so when we're with him out and about, we are mindful that we are carrying our sensei in a very conscious way. We keep near, we stay near to the sensei so that we can, respond to whatever it is that he's saying. Hey, he's still training. He's still giving direction. He's still molding students. He's still informing our martial arts journey. Still, Grandmaster Sam McGee and many of his students will meet over at Kashinda Lamar's, put his gi on, and we will get to doing what we do in the dojo. And this is regularly. So we're thankful that we were received in the way that we were at the tournament. We competed. We did. We left with our goals intact. I would like to think that Grandmaster Jerry Fast-Feet Fontanez left, I believe that he left with much of what he intended to accomplish done. It had to be. He was able to keep the promise of the prizes that he extended to the winners in the grand championship rounds. He had opened the doors to people above a certain age and invited masters from all across the country to come out and put their feet on the floor. He wanted to be done under a certain set of scores and rules and goals, and to keep it within the boundaries of what he established for this tournament. And I support him in that. Listen, these types of endeavors take an awful lot of input and involvement and execution. And the size and scale of what he did, I call it an absolute success. Now, this type of thing does not have to meet everyone's standard, does not have to meet everyone's full pledge of validation. It does not have to meet that. What it has to do is to stand up enough to the scrutiny of what the original vision of it was. It has to be able to stand up to the scrutiny of what the original vision of it was. And so I salute him on what I classify as greatness personified. Okay, and I know it because even after the tournament, I imagine that he didn't go to sleep because he was posting like every 3 hours, long segments of conversations. But he was there, and the after effect, the follow through, the follow up, the carryover is what signals to me that he was doing something that was pouring out of him, and that is going to carry over into what next stage of development he has for this tournament enterprise that he is pushing forward with. So I take that away from the tournament experience, and I'm motivated now to continue training, to continue pushing, because that's really what it's all about. Each of us coming and encapsulating and bringing our best from what we trained to be, wherever that level may be, and putting it on the floor, putting feet on the floor and showcasing the best of what we got. And we've seen that. We've seen that in kata. We've seen that in weapons. We've seen that in forms. We've seen that in kumite. And you know where else we saw it? We saw it with the brotherly connection and the sisterly connection and the brother to sister and the sister to brother connection that we saw with everybody who was there at the tournament. We were engaged in like this aura of excellence. That's what I want to say. It was like an aura of excellence at the tournament. I do want to salute Dominyin Dojo for training and showing up and going down to the UMAN tournament and doing it with boldness and confidence. Our dear student, Dr. Pearl Lawson, we call in the dojo, we call her LBC Us, and she went down with full intent and execution, and with the confidence of knowing that what training she did inside the dojo, she was able to present it in the fullness of how she envisioned it at the dojo, and at the tournament and on the tournament floor. And for that, she was awarded with the reception. This is the important part. The reception of the energy that we bring to the tournament. Yeah, the medals are nice. The placing is nice. Hey, even the grand championship is nice. But what's even more profound is the reception that we get when we bring the energy to the floor of the tournament. Fighting, kumite, showing the warrior spirit. That is inspiring for others to watch, inspiring for others to see. Because we've commanded the place and the presence of what we have been doing outside of people's vision. We've been over there doing this. We've been in there, right, with our drills. And when we come to the tournament, people are able to see the results of what we poured in that are now coming out. And so again, salute to the UMAN tournament for your prospects going forward, for your intentions going forward, for the vision going forward. I'm with you. I'm lockstep with you in supporting that and being there. And family, let me tell you, everything does not have to be perfect. There are things that we all see that we would like it to be a little bit different. But, greatness happens like that. It gets stitched together through pushing and putting something out that can be improved, that can be enhanced. But it happens by taking steps of greatness. And so we see here, now we can all take what we saw at the tournament, go back in the dojo, and continue to tool our own martial arts, to tool our own skills, to tool our own expertise. And speaking of expertise, not everybody gets recognized. And there was some real expertise out there watching the different rings and the different presentations with the different ages, different ranks, some real expertise. You could see that people were clearly in the dojo, wherever they were at, putting time and work in refining their martial arts ability and their martial arts form. I am, in addition to a Goju man, or under the banner of a Goju man, I am for surely a kata man. And yes, I do believe in the complement of fighting. I believe they both carry channels for us to express the best of who we are. Kata and fighting. Kata and kumite. The yin and the yang. Us, I believe that they both carry channels for us to express the best of who we are. I didn't get to fight on Saturday. I put up a post, I put up a reel saying, sometimes you got to pay respect to timing. Pay attention to what's happening around you and position ourselves for what's most important in the moment. Right? I had to take Grandmaster home. That became more important than me pushing and trying to plant myself without recognizing what was taking precedence in the moment. Okay? But that's fine. That's all well and good because that arena was well represented. Oh man, the kumite was excellent, excellent, excellent. I enjoyed it so much watching my fellow martial artists spar and fight and do their thing all the way up into the grand championship round. So salute to all the winners. I'm not gonna call names because everybody really, in my estimation, is a winner. Okay? I know that it's not easy being in competition. I know that we have challenges sometimes with dealing with the rules of the game. I know that we all want to walk out at the top level. But the reality of it is that if we showed up with the best of who we are, we did better than we could even really call for. Sensei Kwabene did make it to, in the kata championships, the grand championship round in kata on the stage. How phenomenal. That was part of the aim for me. How phenomenal. Yes, worked on the kata for months on end. How phenomenal to be able to do that. I'm humbled and thankful to be able to make it to the grand championship round. Now, did I prevail as the grand champion? Everybody knows I did not. To you, to me, I'm the grand champ. I'm the grand champ. Yes, why? Why? Because, you know, I set a goal to represent what I had been practicing in a certain way. And for that, I award it to myself. You did well. You did well. I know we're up there on the stage, and listen, salute to the fellow competitors who were in my age band. I like it. The 40 to 69 age band, grand champion. And the 40 to 69 age band for those who didn't make it to the grand champion arena, who competed with all their heart and put what they had developed and devoted themselves to on the floor at each stage. They did. And I saw them. And I stop. And I observe. And I bow. And I give courtesy to what each of us have placed up there. Right? But even up on the grand championship stage, you know, salute to my dear brother, Willie Nadal. Love that brother and his spirit of ease and his spirit of compromise. Right? We were dealing with a situation up there. Right? We had to bend ourselves to the rules of the tournament. It was what it was. Right? Weapons and form together. Competition. It was what it was. But that was his guidelines, his rule book. Now, what we can do is we can challenge the validity of a rule before or after the fact. But what we can't do is challenge the validity of a rule while it's going on. Right? Because then that becomes a protest. And that's a different element. Right? But salute to Willie Nadal. I look forward to the competition with that brother again, with his weapons forms and his open hand forms and the spirit of competition that he brings to the dojo floor. Salute to Tracy Seymour, who was also there on that platform with a masterful kata Supera Empe. A masterful kata. As a matter of fact, I didn't see every kata, but I saw two people at that tournament do kata Supera Empe. I saw two people. I saw Master Reginald McGee and I saw Master Tracy Seymour. And both of those were masterful katas. Both of those were masterful katas. Both of them were masterful katas. Salute to them. Grand champions in my book. All right. Salute to the essential grandmaster, Master Michael Robinson. Did kata Nepai. Well, so have it. It's the same kata I attempted on the grand championship stage. And after seeing his kata, for which he did win first, and if he had come to the grand championship round, I suspect that he would have prevailed there as well. If he did do it there, I suspect he would have prevailed there as well. But watching his kata, I was glad that my kata Nepai on the grand championship stage did not prevail. I was happy because I picked up 2, 3, or 4 things from the essential grandmaster's kata Nepai that I need to now fold in and incorporate into my kata. So I'm thankful. Sometimes these are learning lessons. Sometimes they are learning lessons. And so we had masterful stuff going on at the tournament. And I know I'm talking, but I really just came on to say that I'm thankful that we had the opportunity. Dominyin Dojo, first tournament, competing for its students. We walked away with 2 first-place medals. Chisai, excellent. All right? Harlem Goju Association, we corralled ourselves around the Grandmaster, Sam McGee, made sure that he was straight, because at the end of the day, his legacy is what is critical. At the end of the day, it's me knowing my role and playing my position. At the end of the day, I am holding up that which I have been given. And let us not be remiss to say that Grandmaster Sam McGee was inducted into the Philadelphia Martial Arts Society Hall of Fame. The Philadelphia Martial Arts Society Hall of Fame. That was not broadcast enough for me. He did. Through the years of what he's placed in the martial arts world, he was recognized. He was accepted. He was received. He was drawn in. His name was written down in the books. So salute to Grandmaster Sam McGee for that recognition, that award, and, we'll look forward to keep pushing it and keep holding it at bay. Keep holding it in our breast. Keep holding it in our hands. Keep holding it in our heart. The martial arts that you have given for us to care so delicately for. So listen, we're about to train. It's about a little bit after 6 on a Wednesday. Usually this is the moment with the master space, but I just wanted to pause and take the time here and say salute to what happened at the UMAN Fountain of Youth National Championship Tournament, hosted, sponsored, operated by Jerry Fast Feet Fontanez. I look forward to training with, competing with, seeing you, practicing with you. Shout out to Brother Julio. Practicing with you, brother. Right? As we get ourselves prepared to present the best of who we are once again at whatever the next venue or event or tournament will be for us. This is Sensei Kwabene, your moment with the master for today. As you already know, train hard, practice hard. Always. Courtesy to all my dojo brothers and sisters. Courtesy to all my people out in the cyber world. I'm out of here. Us.